Hey guys, Praveen here, and this is part 2 of how to design icons in Figma. We are going to continue with creating new icons today. So, let's start with this one that we have Shield User. So, in the first part, we saw how I usually use grids and layout guides. So, now we will see how I usually create icons. So, I'll copy this shield icon over here. So this icon has 2 pixels offset here in the top and bottom, and in the left and right we have 4 pixels offset, which is perfect. And so this is shield user, so this probably needs a user icon, so I will do that. For this I'm going to use the circle icon, circle shape, and add a stroke of 2 weight to it with centered, and I'll remove the fill so that it looks even better, and I'll make this smaller, as small as possible, and I usually make it a little bigger. Perfect. So I usually center most of the things as much as possible, which will look better, especially. But for things like the play icon, it should be optically centered, because this might not be centered. Yeah, so this is not centered. The top and left is centered, that's fine, but the left and right should not be centered in this, because it is optically not required to be centered, and it will look weird if it's really centered. So yeah, but things like circle, that should be optically centered. Okay, and now I have to create like a semicircle around here. For that I am going to use a line first. So this should be around here somewhere. Perfect. So this is where the line will go through. So I'll create a tag over here. Okay, this is a little down. I'll move it a little to the top. Maybe 17.5. Okay. Okay, perfect. So I have this. So I have the exact point I need the semicircle to go through. I'll delete this now. I don't need this anymore. Even this. So I'll put this dot way over to 12, which is perfect. Okay, now I have I'll add more points over here, and I will make okay, that looks way better. Okay, maybe even more. Hmm. This looks better, but it's not very okay, that looks better. Okay, so I'm pressing Command E to flatten it. So whenever you add like a dot over here and you add some corner radius, it would not be flattened. So press Command E to flatten it, and then you have the correct corner radius. Something similar to this. I'll probably remove these things. It will make it even more cuter. Okay. So yeah, now we have the shield user icon. So it's just taking shapes that I already have already perfected and adding more shapes that which I will like. So even for here I would have taken the circle, the existing circle icon like this, and instead of this I would have added that and made it 5 cross 5. Perfect. And this should be 9.5, which will have 9.5 on the left, 9.5 on the right. So yeah, this is how we usually do it. So I reuse as many shapes as possible so that you can create all the icons easily. But if you need to create a new shape like this semicircle that we created, we should go into the pen tool, and you can these tools are very powerful, but it's for basic icon shapes it's really easy to use, and you can create lots of icons shapes like this. Okay, now let's create the send horizontal icon, which would look something like this. So it's just a horizontal view of this icon. So I'm just gonna start with this. So I'll change it to 45 degrees. Okay, so now as you can see, this icon has again this is like 20 cross 20 in dimensions, which is the perfect height and width for me. If we increase that, that will get even more close to the edges of the icon, which won't look good, but this is not very perfect, so I'll just increase the size and see how that looks. I like this in this waviness here in this icon, but I don't like it here, so I'm probably going to make it straight, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'll remove all the excess things, and once you see these dots here, you can hold command control to show this view, and you can click on it to make it straight so that all the paths this path going here will be straight as possible. So I'm pressing control command and making it straight, removing this and making this straight. Perfect. I'll move this way over here. Okay, I like the waviness here, but let's make it a little better. Okay, okay, so this is like a simpler version of what we did. So but this doesn't have the waviness that this whole icon pack has. So if you can see these curves here in these arrows, in these asterisk icons, everything, this icon pack has like a certain waviness to it, which this doesn't have. So I'm gonna go back and add some. You can do this in a couple of ways. Just remove this, remove this, remove this, and I'll do the same here. This, remove this, make this a straight line again, and move it over here. Same thing for here, remove this. So first I'm making it as straight and narrow as possible, and then I'm gonna add some more waviness to it so it looks even better. Okay, so okay, this line, this is the center, and in this line, this is the center. I'm just gonna add some border radius to this. Maybe invert border radius, something like this. Maybe. Okay, I'll add something to here also. I'll add some full border radius to the edges, which might make it look better. Okay. Okay. I like this. I think we can reduce the width a bit. That will be perfect. Okay. And we can increase it totally. 3.3. Okay. So now the width is 17 pixels, and then the width is 20 pixels and the height is 17 pixels, which will have 3.5 gap on the top and bottom. Okay, yeah, I like this. So yeah, that's how I usually create icons, and I still have lots more to create here, but yeah, this is how you get started on creating icons. To be honest, a tedious process. It takes a while for each icon. I have to go back and improve upon some of the icons, and it you need to make sure it aligns with all the other icons that we have. So it is a slow process. AI can do it. It can be helpful in certain places, but to be honest, it's not there yet, but it will be. But until then, you can learn how to create icons like this, and it's very it's a very meditative process. If you don't have anything else to do and you want to kill some hours, and it's like painting or any other art, it's a very meditative process and it's very helpful. So yeah, try it out, and I will see you in the next part with how I create multiple icons, how I make sure that every icon aligns with every other icon, and how I export this and how I distribute it to everyone. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.